Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Joshua 12 to 20, Proverbs 11, and Psalm 77 to start. Now these are the kings of the land, and the people of Israel defeated and took possession of the land beyond the Jordan. They did all the summits to them, the valley that on to Mount High, with all the Arab east from Zion, the king of the Arab, to the Heshbon ruled from Arrow, and from the edge of the valley on, and from the middle of the valley is called the river Jao. The boundary of them is half of in the Arab, but to C.Jun northeastward. And in the direction of Best Jeshimot to see the Arab of the Salt Sea, southward to the slopes of Pisgah. And all king of Bashan won the remnant of the Rephaim, who lived at Ashtaroth and Edrei, and ruled over Melaham and Salka and all Bashan to the boundary of the Geshureth and the Machzat. And over half of Gilead to the boundaries of King Heshbon. And as it said that the land people of Israel defeated them, and committed them all gave the land for possession to rivers of Galileans and the half-tribe master. These are the kings of the land, whom Joshua and the people of Israel defeated. On the west side of Jordan, from Babylon and the valley of Lebanon to Mahalak, and I rise towards Seir. The king of Jericho won, the king of Ai, which is beside Bethel won, the king of Jerusalem won, the king of Hebron won, the king of Jarmuth won, the king of Lachish won, the king of Eglon won, the king of Geshur won, the king of Debir won, the king of Geder won, the king of Hormah won, the king of Arab won, the king of Libnah won, the king of Adullam won, the king of Mephidah won, the king of Bethel won, the king of Tappuah won, the king of Hepher won, the king of Aphek won, the king of Masharon won, the king of Madon won, the king of Hazel won, the king of Shimon won, the king of Akshaph won, the king of Tanakh won, the king of David won, the king of Kadesh won, the king of Jorkaneam and Calabah won, the king of Dor and Bethel won, the king of Goyim and Galilee won, the king of Tezer won, and all 31 kings. Now Joshua's own advantage is the Lord said to their own advantage, and there remains very much land to possess. This is the land of Yermain, of all the regions of Philistine, of all those of Geshur, and those of Avim in the south, all the land of Canaan. The Mearah that belongs to the Sidonians, to Aphek, to the boundary of the Amorites, to the land of Gebalites, and all Lebanon to the sunrise, from Baal-Gad below Naham to Hamath. And all the inhabitants of the hill country of Lebanon to Mizraphoth May, even all the Sidonians, I myself drive them out from before the people of Israel, and they love the land of Israel for inheritance. And Isaiah commanded, therefore divide this land for inheritance to the 9 tribes and the half-tribe of Manasseh. And other tribe and half-tribe of Manasseh, the remnants of Gad, to receive their inheritance. This Moses gave them beyond the Jordan eastward. This Moses the Lord gave them from a rock which was on the edge of the valley of the Ard. The sea is in the middle of the valley, within all the tableland of Medeba as far as Dan. And the sea is Sahim king down most of the great Heshbon, as far as the boundary of the Ammonites and Gilead, and the region of the Geshurites, and Machzat, and all Mount Hem, and all Bashan, and Salka, and all the kingdom of Og and Bashan reigned at Ashtaroth, and at Edrei. These Moses had struck on Deuteronomy, the table Israel did not drive out the Geshurites, and all the Machzat, Megashah, and Machzat, dwell in the midst of Israel to this day. The tribe of Levi, and Moses gave no inheritance. The offerings were by fire to the Lord of Israel, their inheritance is set to. And Moses gave an inheritance from the tribe of the people of Reuben, according to their clans. Their territory was from Proverb, which on the edge of the valley, and the city that was on the edge, middle of the valley, and all to the land by Medeba. And the Heshbon, all to the table, and Dibah, and Bamoth, and Beth Balmeh, and Jahaz, and Kedemoth, and Mephath, and Kirithaim, and Sibmah, and Zerah, Shachar, and the hill of the valley, and Beth Peor, and all places of Beth Jeshimoth. And there's all the cities of the tableland, the cities of the tableland, and all the kings of Sihon, king of Ammonites, and reigned in Heshbon. And most defeated the leaders of Midian, every reckons of that, and Charlie. And the princes I hid and the most of the son of Beor. And one who practiced divination, and the killer was sword by the people as among the rest of the city. And the border people was to drawn by the boundary. And this was the inheritance of people who were according to the clans of the city of the villages. And this great inheritance is to the tribe of Gad, to people who were according to their clans, the territory of Jews, and all the cities of Gilead. And half the land of Ammonites to Arrow, which is east of Rob, and has been to Rakhine, and Mizpah. And Antonia from Mahanaim to territory to Beth. And the valley Beth Haram, Beth Naim, Beth Sakos is Athman. The rest of the kingdom, the second king Heshbon, higher than Jordan is a boundary. As the lower end of the sea of Chignath, and he swept beyond the Jordan, this is inheritance of people who will be added according to the class. And the cities of Lord Judah, and most great inheritance to half-tribe Manasseh, as the Lord to the half-tribe he will Manasseh according to the class. And the inheritance extended from Mahanaim throughout all Bashan, the whole kingdom of all king of Bashan, and the northern towns of Judah, those tribe Bashan, 60 cities, and a half of Gilead. And Ashtaroth and Edrei. She is the king of Og and Bashan. And he is the order to the people of the king. So Manasseh, the half the people of the king according to the class. His inheritance that most distributed in the principle. The honor don't is a joker. As a tribe of Levi must give their local Israel's inheritance. This inheritance is that the people Israel received the land king. And which out of the patient Joshua's son now. And the heads of God's houses and the tribes of people Israel. And gave them to the inheritance by the just Lord commanded. And Lord commanded by the hand of Michael Lord 9.5 tribe. And this again the inheritance of 2.5 tribe. And on the John of 2 years again they had to among them. The people of Joseph were two to master Necro, and the portion was given to the right and the cities to do, and the passionate from last of relative. And the passionate from last of the substance. The people is a Jewish law community, they along the way. And what's in the way? And the people of Judah came to Joshua, and Caleb said Jephthah and the Kenizzite said to him, you know what the Lord said to Moses and Mary, and the cash money, concerning you, and after 4 years old, when Moses said, well, the Lord sent me from cash money spitefully. And I brought him words again as it was in my heart. My brothers who went out with me made the heart of my people, my holy Father, the Lord, my God, and Moses swore that day. On that day, saying, so I let out which your flesh shall be inherited for you and return forever. And you, holy Father, the Lord, my God, and behold, the Lord kept me alive, just as he said, these 45 years since the time that the Lord spake his word to me. Not as I walked in the woods, and now, behold, I am this day 85 years old. I am still strongest today as when I was. Today, as I was in the day that I most sent me. I spoke about now as I was my strength was there. No one for good and comes, and now give me this help can do which the Lord spoke on the day. And on the day, and how Anakin went there. And gate 4 5 6, and maybe the Lord will be with me. I was so drunk by the Lord said. And Joshua blessed him, and gave him and Caleb's son Jephthah for inheritance. Therefore he became the inheritance of Caleb's son Jephthah, the Kenizzite to this day. And to this day. And because he holy Father the Lord, the God of Israel. The God of Israel. Now, the name of Hebrew formerly was Kirith Arba, and the land had rest more. And the woman from the tribe of people Jew, according to the clans, reached south into the boundary. So once is in the far south, and the south boundary ran from the south end of the Salt Sea. On the bay that faces south, it goes up south of the Aslan Akrab, also along to Zin, and goes up south to Kershbane, along by Hezron up to Adar, turns about the Karka, across along to Asman, goes up by the brook Ij, and comes to its end at the sea. There should be a south boundary, and the east boundary is the Salt Sea, to the mouth of John. The boundary on the north side runs to the Bay of the Sea, to the mouth of John. The boundary goes up to Beth Hogla and passes along north of Beth Araba. And the boundary goes up to the stone of Bar, hands of the river. And the boundary goes up to the Bay from the Bay of Acorn, so northward, turning toward Gil, which is opposite the Asna of Adama, which is on the south side of the valley. And the boundary passes along to the waters of En Shemesh, and it ends at En Regam. Then the boundary goes up by the valleys from the Hamath, Sun, Shoulder, and Jeepside. And the boundary goes up to the top of the mountain that lies over the valley of Hinnom. On the west at the northern end of the valley of Rephaim, then the boundary extends from the top of the mountain to the spring of the waters of Naphtali. And from there to the seas of Ephraim, then the boundary ends around to Bala. And the boundary circles west of Bala to Mount Seir, pass along to the northern shoulder of Mount Jerry. Then it goes down to Beth Shemesh and passes along by Timnah. And the boundary goes around out to the shoulder of the hill north of Ekron. And the boundary bends around to Shikharon and passes along to Mount Bala and goes out to Germany. Then the boundary comes to an end. In the west boundary is the great sea of the coastline. This is the boundary around the people of Judah according to Christ. According to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, he gave to Caleb's son Jephthah a portion among the people of Judah. Kirith Arba, that is Hebron. And Caleb drove up from there 3 sons of Anak, Shishai, Nehemiah, and Talmai. His sons of Anak, he went up there against the house of Debir. And the name of Debir formerly was Kirith. And Caleb said, I will strike Kirith and captured it to him. I will give Achsah, my daughter, his wife. And Othniel, son of King, as his brother Caleb captured it, and gave him Achsah, his daughter, his wife. And she came to him, she urged him to ask her father for a field. And she got off her donkey, and Caleb said to her, what do you want? And she said to him, give me a blessing. She said, give me the land, and give me a 6 springs of water. And he gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. They said, how should the tribe of people do according to the clans? The cities belong to the tribe of people do. In extreme south toward the boundary with Kabzeel, Eder, Jagur, Kena, Dimona, Adada, Kadesh, Hazel, Ithne, Ziph, Telem, Beeloth, Hazel, Hadassah, Keroth, Hezron, Aram, Shema, Molda, Hazel, Gada, Heshman, Bethpelet, Hazel, Shul, Beersheba, Biziothia, Baalai, Ayam, Ezem, Eltalai, Chesil, Horma, Ziklag, Madmana, Shantana, the Baal, Shul, Him, Aim, Nimrim. In all 29 cities of their villages, and Eshtal, Zora, Ashna, Zimmer, and Ganim, Tepuah, Enam, Jarmuth, and Dalam, Zokah, Azkah, Sharam, Edithaim, Gerithaim, 14 cities of their villages. Zena, Hadashah, Medoga, Gedalion, Mizpeh, Drochil, Nachish, Bozkath, Eglon, Cabin, Laham, Chilish, Gederoth, Beth Dagon, Nama, and Makeda. 16 cities of their villages. Libnah, Ether, Ashram, Iftar, Asna, There's the Kayla active measure. 90 their villagers. Ekron with the towns and villagers. Ekron to see all that were by the sun. Astro with their villagers. Astro with the towns and villagers. Carlson and his towns and villagers. Tilbrook either in the great sea of the coastline. In the hill country, she made Tia Circle. Dana, Kirsana, Anna, Eshtamol, Adam, Gershon, Holland, Gila, Lamasus, their villagers. Arab, Duma, Esha, Jana, Betapur, Africa, Hamta, Kirth, Alba, and Zio, 96 their villagers. Now, Connell, Zip, Joshua, Jezreel, Jock, James, and Noel, Cain, Gibbon, Timna, 10 series of their villagers. How best Gidor, Marath, Beth Anoth, and Elticon, 6 series of their villagers. Kirth, Bell, and Rabba, 2 series of their villagers. In the ones, Beth Arba, Midden, Sekaka, Nebshan, City, Salt, and Gedi, 6 series of their villagers. The Jebusites, they have to do some of the people do cannot try that. So the Jebusites all the people of Judah and Jerusalem to stay. The alarm for the people of Joseph went out by the Jordan, from the Jordan by Jericho. He still was Jericho until it was going from the Jordan into hill country to Bethel. Then going from Bethel to Luz, passing along to Anataroth, the territory of the Archites, and it goes down westward to the territory of Japhlethite. As far as the territory of Lower Bethel, and then goes and ends at the sea. The people of Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim received their inheritance. The territory of the people of Ephraim by the country was as follows. The boundary of their inheritance on the east is Ataroth, and as far as Upper Bethel, and the boundary goes from there to the sea. On the north is Mishmeshath, and on the east the boundary turns around toward Tanashila, house along by beyond it on the east to Dunor, and it goes down from Dunor to Ataroth and now it touches Jericho, ending at the Jordan. From Tekoa, the boundary goes westward to Barkana, and at the sea, especially the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Ephraim. And the to give the 10,000 apart from the people of Ephraim within the inheritance of Manasseh. All this town to their villagers. However, they did not drive with the Canaanites and lived together. So the Canaanites lived in Miss Ephraim to stay, but had been made to forced labor. Their allotment was made to the people of Manasseh, produced the firstborn of Joseph. To be clear, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilbert, Lo, Gilead, Manasseh. These of the men one of the allotments were made to the rest of the people of Manasseh by the clans. And Bezer, Halak, Israel, Shechem, Hapha, and Shemitah. These are the men descendants of Manasseh, the son of Joseph by the clans. There's the wife of Hannah, the son of Hepher, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, and no sons but only daughters, and these are the names of the daughters. Mala, Noah, Hogla, Milcah, and Tetzah. They approached Elder the priest and Joshua the son now, and Moses said, the Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among them with Hebron. So according to Matthew, the Lord, he gave the inheritance among the gods of their father. As they fell to Manasseh 10 portions, besides the land of Gilead and Bashan is on the outside of Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh received the inheritance along with his sons. And the land of Gilead was the Lord to the rest of the people of Manasseh. The territory of Manasseh was from Asher to Mishmeth, which is east of Shechem. The boundary goes around southward to Hampton and Tekoa. And the land of Tekoa belonged to Manasseh. The town of Tekoa and the boundary of Manasseh belonged to the people of Ephraim. And the boundary went down to Brookana. These cities to the south of Brook along the cities of Manasseh and on to Ephraim. The boundary of Manasseh goes on the north side of Brook and ends at the sea. And the land to the south being Ephraim, and that to the north being Manasseh. And the sea forming its boundary on the north, Asher is raised on the east side of Zechariah. This is Isaac and Asher, Manasseh had Besh and its villagers, Abraham and its villagers, the inhabitants of Dor and its villagers, the inhabitants of Endor and its villagers, the inhabitants of Tanakh and its villagers, the inhabitants of Megiddo and its villagers, the third is Naphath. Its people of Manasseh could not take possession of those things. The Canaanites persisted in dwelling in that land. Now when the people of Israel were sure, the Canaanites to force labor, they did not only drag them out. And the people disrespected Joshua, saying, I have you given me but one portion for as an inheritance, although I have been nearest people since all along the Lord's blessed me. And Joshua said to if you are near, people go up by yourself to the forest, and there clear ground for yourself and let the parasite of Ephraim. Since the hill country of Ephraim is not too narrow for you. The people of Joseph said, hill country is not enough for us. All the Canaanites dwell in the place. Lion had tried to honor, both those in Bethshean and villages, and those of the Lion Joseph. And Joshua said to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, you are about numerous people and great power. You shall not have one allotment in the land. The hill country shall be yours, and those of the forest you shall clear and possess it to its father's borders. You shall drive with the Canaanites, though the inhabitants are, and though they are strong. And the whole congregation of people with them will assemble at Shelah, and set the time meeting there, and land that is subdued before them. There remained among the people of Israel 7 tribes and inheritance not be a portion. And Joshua said to people, how long will you put off going and stay with the people there? This is the Lord God your fathers has given you. Provide food for these tribes, and send them out that they may sit out and go up and down the land. They shall write a description of it with their beauty and inheritances, and then come to it, they shall divide into 7 portions. It shall continue in its territory on the south, and hence Joshua shall continue in its territory on the north. They shall describe the land in 7 divisions, bring the descriptions here to me. Now cast lots for you here before the Lord our God. The least in no portion among you, and the priest of the Lord in the heritage. And Gabriel and half the tribe of Manasseh received their inheritance beyond the Jordan eastward, which Moses and the Lord gave them. So the men of written there, and Joshua charged those who went to write the description of the land, saying, go up and down, and write a description and return to me. Cast lots for you there, therefore the Lord and Sheila. So the men went and passed up and down and wrote a book in description of it by towns and division. They came to Joshua and the camp of Sheila, and Joshua cast lots for them. them and Sheila before the Lord. And then Joshua appointed a horse and man to people who don't take his portion. And all the tribe of people went according to its clans came up. And the territory all to fell between the people of Judah and the people of Joseph. On the north side, the boundary began in Jordan, and the boundary goes up to the shoulder north of Jericho, and up through the hill country westward, into the wilderness of Beth-Aven. From there, the boundary passed along southward in the direction of Luz, the shoulder of Luz, and the boundary goes down to Atroth Ada, on the mountain that lies south of Lower Beth Horon, and the boundary goes in another direction, turning on the western side southward from the mountain that lies to the south opposite Beth Horon and into Kirithbel. Like a city belonging to people of Judah. This forms the western side. The southern side begins at the outskirts of Kirithjearim, and the boundary goes there to Ephron, to the spring of their woods in Naphtali, and the boundary goes down to the border of the mountain that overlooks the valley of Sunnah. It ends the south north end of the valley of Rephaim. It goes down to the valley of Hinnom, south of the shoulder of the Jebusite, and downward to Enrogel, and it bends in northern direction going on to Enshamash, and from there it goes to Gilead. This is opposite the Aslan of Adama. Then it goes down to Stoneborough, Henson, or Reuben, and passing on to on the shoulder of Beth Araba, it goes down to Araba, and the boundary passes on to the shoulder of Beth Hogla, and the boundary ends at the northern bay of the Salt Sea, the south end of Jun. This is the southern border. Jun forms its boundary on the eastern side. This is the inheritance of the people of Benjamin. The context is boundary by boundary all around, and see the tribe of the people of Benjamin context class. With Jericho, Beth Hogla, Emek, Keziz, Beth Araba, Zamarim, Bethel, Avon, Para, Ophrah, Jepha, Amani, Ophni, Geba, Tulsi, Devoj, Gibeon, Ramah, Beeroth, Mizpeh, Shepherah, Moser, Rechem, Opil, Tarala, Azela, Halef, Jebus, Gibeah, and Kirithjearim. 14 suits of Devoj. This inheritance people of Benjamin context class. The second lot came out for cities from the tribe of people similar according to the class. The inheritance was in this is the inheritance of people Judah. The half of the inheritance Bishop, Sheba, Molada, Hazashul, Bala, Eden, Eltala, Bethel, Horma, Ziklag, Beth Markaboth, Hazel, Susa, Beth Labath, and Sharuhan. 13 suits there was Aim, Rimmon, Ether, and Asher. 4 cities there was again all the villages around the cities as well as Balakbia. Ramah and Negab. This is the inheritance of the tribe of people of similar according to the class. The inheritance of people's son. To be informed part of the territory of people of Judah, and a portion of the people of Judah was too large for the people of Simeon obtained inheritance in the list of their inheritance. The third lot came up after the people of Zebulun consequence. The territory of the inheritance reaches fast out, and the boundary goes westward along to Meribah, and touches Darasheth, and the brook goes east of Jokneam. And Mashai goes in the other direction eastward towards the west of Benjamin's north temple, and there goes to Dabarah, and then to Japhia, and they pass along to the east towards the west to get Hefer to Ethkat, and going on to Rimmon. It bends toward near. On the north, the boundary turns about to Hanathon, and ends at the bay of Tehel, and Kathath, Nahalal, Shimron, Idala, and Bethlehem. 12 cities there were the inheritance people of Zebulun. According to class, cities were there voted. The fourth lot came out for Isaac, for the people of Isaac, according to class. The territory included Jeshua, Chisaloth, Shunem, Haphrai, Shunem, and Naharath, Rabbit, Kishan, Ebez, Rameth, and Ganim, and Hadad, Beth Pazes. The boundary is attached to war Shahazim and Beshemesh. His boundary ends at the door, and 16 cities there voted. This inheritance is the tribe of the people of Isaac, according to class. The cities there voted. His lot came out for the tribe of the people of Asher, according to class. His territory included Helkath, Hali, Betan, Akshaf, Alamelech, Ahmad, and Mishal on the western touches Carmel, and Shur, Hor, Limnath. It turns to eastward, goes to Beth Dan, and touches Zebulun in the valley of Tehel. Northward to Beth Emek and Leon, then continues in north to Kabul, Ebron, Rehob, Hammon, Kana, as far as Sidon the Great. And the boundary turns to Ramah, raising to the fortified city of Tyre. Then the boundary turns to Hosea and ends at the city of Mahalam, Akziv, Uma, Aphek, and Rehob. 10 two cities of their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Asher, according to the city of class. This is their villages. And a stick law came out for the people of Naphtali, according to the class. And the boundary ran from Helah, from the Open Zanu, Damineko, and Jabneh, as far as Lachaman, and Jordan. Then the boundary turns westward to Asnoth, Tabon, and goes from there to Hakov, touching Zebulun at the south, and Asher on the west, and Judah on the east, and Jordan. The four faces are Zidam, Hazara, Hamath, Rakath, Shinarath, Adamah, Ramah, Hazel, Kadesh, Ever, and Hazel, Urim, Migdal, El, Horam, Beth Anath, and Bethshemesh. 19 cities there, but this inheritance of the tribe of the people of Naphtali. According to the clans, the cities there villages. The seventh lot came out from the tribe of the people of Dan, according to the clans. And the territory of its inheritance includes Or, Eshtal, Eshmesh, Shalaman, Ajal, Ithla, Elon, Timnah, Ekron, Eltekeh, Gibbethim, Baalath, Jehud, Ben Barak, Gathrim, Medrak, and Bracken with the territory of Eget Joppa. The territory of the people of Dan was lost in. People of Dan went and fought against Elisha, and after capturing and striking with the sword, they took possession of it and settled and called it Elisha Dan, after named the Dan their ancestor. This is inherited from the people of Dan, according to the clans. These cities of their villages. And they finished distributing several territories and land as inheritance. Many people Israel gave inheritance among them to Joshua's son. I command the Lord they gave them the city they asked him Sarah and the hill country of Ephraim. He rebuilt the city and said on it. These inheritance the elders of the praise and Joshua's son, the heads of the fathers' houses of the elder tribes of people, and of Israel distributed by the Lord at the history before the Lord. At the entrance of the tent, so they finished dividing them. And the Lord said to Joshua, say to the people, appoint the cities of refuge, of which I spoke to the most of the master, who strikes any person without intent or unknowingly. Flee them. It shall be for your refuge from the avenger of the Lord. You shall flee to one of these cities, shall stand at the entrance of the gate of the city, and explain the case to the elders of the city. And they shall take it into tomb, give them a place. They shall remain with them, the avenger of the blood pursues them. They shall give them their slave to return. They shall strike his neighbor unknown, and did not hear them in the past. They shall remain in that city until it is done, not for the congregation of the judgment, until the death of him is high priest at that time. And the man say may return to his own town, to the town from which he fled. He said they should apart Kadesh in Galilee and the hill country in Naphtali. And Shechem in the hill country Ephraim and Kiriath Arba, and the hill country of Judah and beyond Jordan, east of Jericho they appointed the desert in the woods, and the tableland from the tribe of Reuben, from Ramoth and Gilead, from the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan. On the tribe of Manasseh, they used the sea as designated for the people of Israel, and forced strangers to join them, that anyone who killed a person without intent could flee there, that he might not die by the hand of the avenger, but until he stood before the congregation. Proverbs 11. And false man's abomination to love, and just where his lie, when pride comes, then comes disgrace. Let the humble was integrity of our guys, and cooking to distraction was destroyed. This is doing profit in the day, right? Righteousness delivers from death. Righteousness of bones keeps away shame, and looking forth by his own wickedness. Righteousness of our right delivers, and touches are taken captive by the lust. The wicked dies, his heart will perish, the expectation will perishes too. Righteousness delivers from trouble, the wicked walks into his snare. Let the mouth of God smell, which destroys them. Blind knowledge is a righteous deliver. It goes well with the righteous, he reverses when the wicked perish, they shed to glance. Now the blessing of the right sings to the daughter, but is overflow. Whoever believes the name like sense of man unseen remains on. Whoever goes about slamming over the sea, he keeps trustworthy in spirit, keep the thing covered, where there is no gun to people force. In abundance of counsel their safety. Whoever puts a security for a stranger will surely suffer harm. He is striking hands to pledge secure. Which one gets honor and environment give it to man can benefit himself. And a cool man has himself, who has deceptive ways. One is his rashness against sure war. Next step is in rashness will live. He pursues you will die. Who could have an abomination to the Lord, the blameless ways are to die. They shall lead a person not compass with asking in the right will lead them. Then go bring the pigsty as a beautiful woman without discretion inside the rashness and doing good. Expectation of became right. One gives me a great service to another withholds what he should give. And the stuff is smart. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one of the waters will himself he watered. The people curse him and calls back great. The blessing on the hand of him themselves. Whoever judges them makes a secret favor. Evil comes to him who searches for it. Whoever trusts in virtue will fall. The right will flourish looking greenly. Whoever troubles in their house will inherit the way. And for we said unto the wise of heart, the fear of the righteous is to your life. Whoever keeps the soul is way. Never rightly repay him life. How much more the wicked and the sinner? Psalm 77. I cried out to God, I cried out to God, he heard me. In the day of my trouble was faithful. In the night my hands stretched out without weary. And so pleased to be comforted in God. When I remember God, when I meditate my spirit friends, I call my eyes open, so terrible that I cannot speak. I consider the days of and the years long and I said, let me remember my son in life, and I meditate in my heart, that my spirit and diligence such, that Lord spend forever and never again be favorable. Its life love forever sees those promises that end for all time. And God forgotten to be gracious, as the evening shall be compassion, and say, I'll appeal to this, to the ears of the right hand of the Most High, yes, I'll remember the deeds of the Lord, yes, I'll remember your own soul, and I'll ponder your work and maintain my deeds. The way of God is holy, well, God is great, like our God, your mother will God, who works wonders. You may know my own people, you may be with the arm redeem your people. The children of Jacob and Joseph, when the war saw your God, and the war saw your effect. Indeed, the deep trembled and how put out wanted. So as God gave forth thunder, either earth flash on every side. The first thunder was in the whirlwind. And the lightnings light up the world, the earth trembled and shook. He raised through the sea, a path of the great waters, yet the footprints were unseen. You let it be like a flock by the hand of Moses and Aaron. Last night I should not do God's prayer for his prayer, for Aaron, how be a name, can come you have done if there is in heaven. He said, I don't forgive his taste, and forget our debtors, leave not to taste for those leave one. Let the kingdom, power, and glory forever. Amen. 6 Bye.